All right, let's do a bit of a grocery haul, a little bit of a different kind of video. I'm gonna get in here. I'll be honest, grocery's pretty expensive here, so I gotta have a pretty strict budget. But first stop is gonna be some kind of beef, probably a lean beef. Let's see what I can get here. Probably 5%. All right, so they didn't have 5% beef, but they did have 5% pork. I don't mind the taste difference. They're both same kind of quality of protein, but grab 2 of those and let's work our way over to some kind of carbs. Probably looking at, let's see wherever we get to. All right, British cheddar cheese slices for, just like to mix it in with whatever meat I'm eating. Just kind of adds to the flavor, and I kind of get more leeway on fat, at least right now. And you kind of can, just as long as I'm staying around 60 grams, I'm not going to worry too much. That's like a third of my body weight. That's just kind of the general rule that I stick to. Well, let's see. I'm trying to look for juice. All right, so we've got apple juice from concentrate is going to be cheaper instead of the organic. I'm not super worried on the quality of the carb, but liquid carbs come in super handy because they're cheap and they get the job done, at least for a college budget. Is it the best quality? No. But honestly, if it nukes my acne for another week or so, another 2 weeks, I'm not going to blink twice. All right, this is a little bit different than what I like to get. But ramen. I don't have the Maruchan or top ramen that I normally like to get. This one actually has an ad on it for the K-pop demon hunters, but I'm not too picky about what kind of ramen I like, just something that kind of gets in carbs. I used to, I think, peak bulk last bulk, which was a bit more dirty. I would get those creamy ramen packets, and I would do 2 packets, and I'd do that with some eggs, and that would be my breakfast. The only problem is those creamy ramen packets kind of pack on fat a little bit more than I'd like. Okay, some type of cheap bread rolls, just because I like to make these mini sandwiches. I'll do that with some turkey slices. I've already got turkey slices back at the crib, but yeah, put that with some turkey, some cheese, some barbecue sauce. And on that note, I'm going to try and find some barbecue sauce because I'm out. All right, so totally personal preference when it comes to barbecue sauce. I would say just find something that is reasonably low calorie. For me, I want something that's low fat, not necessarily low calorie, just something to get in those extra carbs. I used to go for this one, the Kansas City, but lately I've been going more for the unholy version. And even though they're actually a Christian company, but they call it the unholy barbecue sauce. I just like the flavor. It's a bit more kind of smoky, but yeah, pretty easy carbs when you kind of get into sauces, but you just got to be careful of fats. That's the only problem. All right. Dang. Oh wait, they do have it. It's in the back. Try and get like 2 things of chocolate flavored milk. Not chocolate. They don't have chocolate milk here actually, because chocolate milk kind of high fat, just generally. I know I love chocolate milk. Don't come at me for saying I'm Sam again. I just really love chocolate milk. I'm not going to drink full fat chocolate milk, like a whole gallon of that, because I honestly can't afford that much fat in my diet. That's not a healthy alternative. But let's see what's next. All right, some form of dark chocolate. Sorry, milk chocolate. I don't like the taste of dark chocolate, but I will take like a square or two in my morning oats, and I'll put that in there just for taste. I'm not worried about the fat too much. It's not that bad. Again, I'm not fussing too much over 50 to 100 calories, but when it comes down to a dieting phase, every calorie really counts. So at least right now, that's what I'm up to. I'm looking for oats next. I think that's next. All right. Yeah. Family pack oats. Put 2 packets in the morning, and that gets easily 60 grams of carbs out of the way. 2 or 3 packets, depends on the day. We'll see what's next over here. All right, because I am in a surplus, I can afford a little bit of treats. And that can be low-fat source treats, just because I'm already getting fat from the whole foods that I'll put throughout the day. I'm not one for having a super high-fat meal unless you can call Cane's a super high-fat meal. Of course, they don't have Cane's here, so that kind of sucks. But back home, my refeed meal during a cut every 2 weeks, I'd have some Cane's. But I would eat a little bit less during the day so that Cane's meal would be just like a 600 calorie refeed, not like 1,500 calories. I'm trying to see what. I think that might be it. Let me take a little look-see at the list. Yeah, I think that's gonna call it good. I need some bananas, but besides that, I'm gonna grab that on the way out. That's pretty much it. And this is only food for 4 or 5 days, so I'll be back here pretty soon. But keep it pretty straightforward. Lots of carbs, good amount of protein, and low to moderate fat intake. But that's pretty much it. I'm gonna grab some bananas and see you tomorrow.